haven't been here in a while, and the fans have been. Are you already shaking?
No, was it my birthday?
What, the last time we've done one of these?
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I've teased a couple of times where I think I've twatted out. Where I've tweeted out.
I'm gonna look really quick while you talk.
I've tweeted out like that we're gonna go live, or we're gonna do a Molly's Mind, and we've been getting blown up in the comments section of people that have been requesting Molly's Mind videos. Molly's been asking me. I've been the one that's been putting the habash on it just because I don't know why.
The what?
Habash?
No.
What's the word?
Kibosh.
Kibosh.
Or as Max says it, kibosh.
Kibosh.
Wow, I don't even know the last time we did one. I think it was my birthday in September.
So it's been a while. That's neither here nor there. So we're back with a Molly's Mind. Molly is here in the flesh. I'm here. We're back in our studio, our lovely studio that we had built on the side of our house. It's a brand new studio with lighting, and we've got producers and directors. It's crazy. We have to pay them extra every time we want to do it with Molly's Mind.
Okay, enough.
So long story short, we're back. We are doing a Molly's Mind on something that is a hot topic conversation point in our household. Molly swears by this. I am not a fan of it. Acupuncture. I know a lot of people feel one way or the other on it. Kyle has spoken out about it.
Has he done it?
No, he is not a fan of it because
but he's never
what happened
done
with
it.
his father. No, I mean his father passed away, and
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Long story short.
I thought that was chiropractic.
Yeah.
That's different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's different. Well.
Chiropractic,
Yeah, but I feel like they go hand in hand, no?
Not always. Not all. Most chiropractors don't do acupuncture. Some acupuncturists do.
All right, I'll let you. So I'm going to let Molly take the floor to open up this conversation, but also to give a little background on what exactly it is, what exactly it does, benefits, some faults or whatever that she's heard about it, and then I'll jump in with maybe some of my thoughts.
Okay. So I am no expert in Chinese medicine. Or
is it Chinese?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know if that's where it originated. I know where I go, it's based off of like Chinese medicine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
The acupuncturist I see was born in South Africa. Her name is Bahia.
Close to China.
She is amazing. She studied in China.
Okay.
She studied for like 4 years in China. She grew up in South Africa, then like went to school over, but also studied in China. And so she does a lot of herbs and teas and all these different more holistic. Yeah, I don't know all the right words for this.
More like herbal approach to things.
Yeah,
like
rather than the medicine that we have here. So there's different approaches to that. And with acupuncture, it's like they could do a point here that's going to affect your left knee. So this is going to impact something else and not necessarily where the point goes. So when I go for something, I might say, oh, I've been having chronic headaches. I don't have chronic headaches, but let's just say they might put points in my toes and it's all connected in the body.
Why don't you say what you go for? You go for because your back hurts.
No, I go for all different reasons. There's tons of different reasons. The first reason why I ever went to acupuncture was for fertility because my fertility doctor recommended it. So like a lot of people who go through that, they recommend that gets your like blood flowing and stuff. And so that was when I first did it, was back in 2017, I guess. And that was the first time I ever did it. I've always seen the same person, and I just from the very beginning loved it. It's so relaxing to me. It's sometimes very painful when some of the points go in, depending on what you're going for. And where they put the points. Sometimes they usually put one right in your forehead, sometimes in your head. I find the ear points really painful. This spot right here I think is really painful. But once the needles are in,
Explain the needle. It's because I went once
Yeah.
But I don't think I got any. I didn't get any of the needles. I think they did the cupping.
I think they did cupping for you.
But they did stretching
so
and stuff
at my
too,
place
which to me is
where I go,
chiropractor.
they do acupuncture. It's an acupuncture place, but they also do other things. So they do acupuncture, they do cupping, they do chiropractic. So depending on your situation, maybe they'll just do cupping or maybe they'll just do a chiropractic adjustment. But I specifically go there for acupuncture.
Which is the needles.
Which is the needles. But sometimes they do a mixture of cupping and needles. And cupping is like a glass cup.
Yeah, that's when you see the people
like you
with
see
all the
Michael
stuff on
Phelps
their back.
with like the big circles, and all of it is like getting your blood moving. So when they put the cup on, the way they do it at my place, there's sometimes cups, it's a glass cup and there's like a little button you press that causes the suction. But the way they do it at my place is they take a cup. Well, first they put oil on the area. Let's say they're going to do your arm. They cover it with oil and then they take the cup, they light a fire in the cup and then stick it on you. And that fire like creates like a suction, and then it's like drawing all the blood, almost like a hickey, like you're sucking all the blood to the surface. So that's what the red dot is. The red circle is all the blood comes to that area, and it's like you get all the blood to that area and it starts like healing. I don't know the science behind it. I am not a science person.
See, to me, right off the bat, I hear you're going for fertility and you're lighting a glass on fire and putting it on your back and putting needles in your body. To me, that's like...
they didn't do cupping. I didn't ever have cupping really done until after I was pregnant with Nix. I was going for acupuncture. I'm just saying what cupping is. But even needles, to me,
like with fertility, it just scares me because it's almost like you're shocking your body in a way that...
No, it's not like they're taking a giant needle and shoving it down in your body.
That.
It's like the needles, I don't know, they're not that big. They're super thin, but it like brings blood to the area. It's like increases blood flow to the area. I get
that. And I'm sort of just playing devil's advocate here as well, because I'm sure they've done more research than I have.
Of course.
I know. But like, again, I'm just playing devil's advocate where it's just like, to me, the natural way the body works is just like how it works. Blood flows however it flows, where if you change it up drastically, that could affect something with the baby.
Not everybody has optimal blood flow and optimal health, and like obviously people have so many different issues for all different reasons. The food we eat, the chemicals in our food, the products you use, all of those are disruptors to your body. And so there's more holistic ways of treating things, and then there's more medical and medication route to things. But there's people who do different things and it changes. Like for me, I have hypothyroidism. I have to take a medication for the rest of my life, okay? But there's plenty of people who do all different things to try and manage that without medications. I haven't tried that yet, but there's people who take different things, who do different things more naturally to get their hormones in check to manage those things rather than taking a pill for the rest of my life.
So what do you say to, we have a friend that I believe he goes to a chiropractor, maybe he does acupuncture as well, but he says, like you can separate a good chiropractor from a bad chiropractor because he only goes to him X amount of times a month or something like that. You go, I would say, like every week.
I go once a week.
Yeah, which to me is like, you're not doing a good job if the person has to keep coming back. Like I go to the dentist once every 6 months, if that, because they're doing a good job on my teeth. I don't have to go back every single week to get a
chiropractic adjustment every week. I don't get an adjustment every week. I like to get acupuncture because it's extremely relaxing to me.
But couldn't you find that doing something else? Maybe like if you set aside an hour to go to the library and read a book or something like that, as opposed to laying on your stomach and potentially putting your body in danger with a person stretching it out.
I'm not getting an adjustment every week. They're not stretching me out every time I go. They're giving me acupuncture. They're sticking needles in my body. It's different.
I don't know. I just feel like a lot of it is, once you start doing something weekly, it's more mental than it is actually.
No, because I can easily not go to acupuncture. It's not like...
Let's see.
I've had plenty of times in my life over the last 2 years where I haven't gone weekly.
You're getting close to tapping the pen.
Okay. Sometimes I go more often than not, depending on what's going on in my life. Like, I just like to go. I don't...
Well, I will say for myself, I was doing a lot of driving for work, and I think it was a cause for a lot of back pains that I was having. And it was like tough putting on my socks and stuff. So you suggested to go do the chiropractor aspect of your...
I actually suggested acupuncture.
And I said no?
No, you went, but they didn't do any needles. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't do the needles. Yeah. They did the chiropractor part, which they like were putting my leg over, and like the lady was like trying to crack my back and wasn't doing it. And it was just like super uncomfortable. And I don't know, to me, she didn't seem really good at her job or something like that.
I like her a lot. I like both of them a lot. But
I will just say that like they didn't do anything that wowed me. Like I didn't leave. Okay. Like I still had my back pain when I left a week later.
Do you remember when you went to the chiropractor? Remember when my mom used to work at the chiropractor place?
Yes.
Back in New York.
Yes.
That place was funny because Corin was getting an adjustment.
Well, no. Here's what happened. Molly's mother worked there as like secretary or front desk or something.
No, she did all their billing.
She did the billing or whatever, and she said like, "Oh, the guy's great. You can come by and get like a free, like he'll stretch you out or something like that."
It's not gonna stretch you out. It's just an adjustment.
An adjustment. So I was like, and I usually like, I don't know. I usually don't take people up on that offer. I feel like
there was a reason why you went. I don't remember why.
I was like just assuming it was gonna be free. Like I was gonna go on. The guy was gonna.
It was free.
Yeah, that it was free, and that like we were just gonna keep it moving more or less. The guy somehow got me to buy. Like,
no, while he was adjusting you, he says to me, "Go to this store and buy these specific
well, yeah. So I was in perfect health. I wasn't really uncomfortable. I just thought that she had said he would give me like a free adjustment. So as he's doing the adjustment, I didn't want to like sound like I just went to get the free adjustment. So he's asking me like, "Oh, where does your pain come from? And how did it start? And this and that." So I was like, "Yeah, it could be, like my shoes, my sneakers, this and that." So he's like, "Oh, okay." So he starts talking to Molly to get me to buy like these $45 like insoles for my sneakers that like he had Molly go while I was getting adjusted, buy the insoles, put them in my shoes.
From this like specialty store.
From this specialty shop. So like he was a magician because that guy got me to buy some shit that I was not ready to, like purchase anything.
Yeah, but anyways, that was just a whole long story about that doctor who, I don't know, he's not in business anymore. But I always liked going. I like going to the chiropractor. I like getting adjusted. I always feel better after.
I just feel like it's not something that could be sustained over a long period of time. Like if there's you could do that for the rest of your life and pay, the copay every single time you go.
My copay is $25.
So $25 a week for the rest of your life.
Sure.
There's like, if there's a real issue.
You get White Castle how many times a week, and how much is that?
If there's
Does that make you feel good?
My argument is if there's a real issue or a real problem, then there's a bigger fix. There's going to an actual doctor and getting x-rays and getting like a surgery or something like that. No, you just have the approach
of a real doctor, as in like using like medication and things like that. I have found for me that doing acupuncture is helpful to my mental health, to just overall, I walk out of there and I feel great. I always feel so relaxed, and physically I feel fantastic. But
not fantastic enough to not go the next week, right? Like you're still in pain in a week.
No, I'm not in pain. Like sometimes I go and they're like, "Oh, what's hurting you right now?" I mean, it depends what time of year it is. Like when I was pregnant with Nix, if I was like, having hip pain or something, yeah, you're in pain if you're pregnant and like different things come up.
I guess everybody's
in general, like, no, I like to go because for me, it's a relaxing thing to do and I always feel better. And I feel like it's more like a maintenance thing, like a body maintenance thing. Like the same way I love to get massages too. But I personally find it very relaxing to go and get acupuncture. And on top of that, if you do have something that's bothering you, they can target that versus just going to get like a pain medication or whatever. Or if you're looking for fertility treatment, or people who have like, there's so many different things that they use acupuncture for. It's not just my back hurts, I'm gonna get acupuncture. There's other things people can go and, I don't know. I don't know all the different reasons people like it, but I personally like it. And I also like getting adjusted for chiropractic as well. I always feel better walking out of the chiropractor too.
Yeah, I just think that there's some people that see a chiropractor as like this quick fix, that if there's a big issue, like as I mentioned earlier, and Kyle has spoken about it, if there's something that's actually wrong with your body, you should see a real doctor and, you know, potentially find out what the root of that problem is, than going to a chiropractor and just constantly being
doctors,
told, like, this is going to help you.
I hear what you're saying, but not all doctors that have a medical degree know how to get to the, you know, are really
well, they can give you an x-ray as opposed to like a chiropractor.
Not all doctors, okay? Like
I think all doctors can do an x-ray.
What about Dr. Para? The doctor out here who, when we had an ectopic and I told him multiple times that there was things going on, he was like, you're fine. And I was like, no, I'm not fine. Doctors. Okay, so that was a medical doctor. So not all doctors do. Some doctors don't listen to you. There's other things that, like, sometimes there's a surface issue, okay? There's something going on that's causing other things, right? So a medical doctor might just say, here, take this medication. This is going to be good for you. Now you need to take that medication for the rest of your life. But a doctor, like, or not a but maybe somebody who's more homeopathic, they have these naturopathic doctors who look at the whole thing. They look at your vitamin levels. They look at all these different things that a regular doctor doesn't look at. And they then determine you have, you know, this deficiency and that's causing this. So it's a different approach that you could do an x-ray if your bone is broken. Yeah, that's broken. We need to fix it. But there's other things that on how your body works and different disruptors that are causing all of these different things. And I just think there's different approaches.
I definitely feel like, you know, you have to be in tune and connected with your body. A lot of that, I think, does play a part in, like, someone's health. Is, like, you know, understanding what's going on with their body, whether that's, like, you know, just being in the right mindset. So that's why a lot of the times with pregnancy, they say, like, try not to be nervous or whatever like that. Because I feel like a lot of that stuff does affect.
You know what's very interesting to me? What? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I want to just say this point. Is you are the biggest advocate for mind over matter. When someone's sick, you're like, you have a family member recently you told when we were in New York a couple months ago who was telling us about their health journey, and you were like, you gotta just think you're well, because then you're gonna be better. You can say that. Okay, but then you also are like, you say it all the time. You're like, you gotta just tell yourself you feel good, then you're gonna feel good. Like, you always say that. But that's more leaning towards, like, this acupuncture route that I'm talking about, that I go in, I get extremely relaxed, and I feel good. If mentally I feel good, then I feel good. So why do I need to go? I feel fine. Like, I don't want this to come off like I have all these health issues that I'm not feeling well and need to see a doctor, because I don't. I just like acupuncture. But if I did, like, I might see an acupuncturist over a regular doctor, because I know when I go see my fertility doctor, she wants to give me all these pills and all these injections and stuff. When I see the acupuncture, she wants to give me herbs and, like, tinctures and, like, tinctures.
Do you think that this could potentially lead you down a road to, like, you know, being scared of medicine and not taking medicine?
No, and you know, we had Nick's in a hospital. I'm not trying to, like, have a baby in my home. We take Nick's to the pediatrician to all of her appointments. We vaccinate our kid. I believe in vaccinations. I was vaccinated. I believe in science and medicine. Like, there's people out there who do tons of research, extensive research. Medicine saves lives. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I have a thyroid condition. I take my medicine every single day. I'm just saying I also
in addition
think
to that,
there are other routes. I think there's so many doctors that are so quick to just prescribe something that then has all these other side effects. But sometimes medication is absolutely necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm fully aware of that. I'm just saying I also think that there's other avenues. And there's other ways to like
I agree. If someone's like obese
things.
or something like that, yeah, I'm sure there's a medicine that helps them cure their problem or whatever. But if a doctor said to them, hey, in addition to that, if you ran and, you know,
which is a more like
ate right
natural...
and did all this stuff, like that
Yeah.
will obviously help just as much as the medicine does. So,
Right.
I mean, I see how it can help, because yes, if it does help you mentally, then I think like ultimately that's going to overall help your body, help the issues you have going on. And that's the...
I think at the end of the day, everybody tries to be like the best, well, they should, like version of themselves. And you have to do things that make you happy, make you feel good, make you relax. And for me, I personally enjoy whether if 1 week I have a back pain and the next I don't, and I just still want to go to acupuncture, I like to go because I think mentally I just feel so relaxed. I feel like so clear-minded. There's definitely other things I could do for that as well, like go for a run or do other things. I just personally like to go to acupuncture. And on top of that, I do think it's really great for when I have had back pain or shoulder pain or, you know, fertility stuff, whatever. I think it's also great for that. And it's also like I have like an iron deficiency, and instead of saying, oh, just automatically take iron pills, they think of like more natural ways of getting you those vitamins versus just like taking a pill. And I like that. I never try to take headache medicine, or, you know, if you don't need it, you only take it if you really need it. Yeah. And so looking for a more natural, and like, you know, that's why like I have all my oils and stuff. I would rather, if I have a headache, use some peppermint oil versus taking an Advil.
Yeah.
So.
No, I mean, I understand and I get it. I think the mind is a very powerful tool. And if you can not necessarily, like, I guess, convince yourself, or, you know, maybe tell yourself you're fine. Obviously, there's a virus going on in your body if you have a cold or something like that. Yeah. But if you can fight it with being mentally strong, I think that's ultimately going to help you.
But it's interesting to me that you say those things, and you always say, like, you got to mentally think it, whatever. But you were so closed-minded, even when you went to my acupuncture place, right?
I didn't think they were doing a good job.
Okay, but you didn't even want to go to begin with. You didn't give it a chance. You went the one time. Maybe that one time wasn't, you know, the best experience, but it's a place that I've been going for over 2 years, and you automatically, before you even went, were like, I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And I'm like, this place has been, like, amazing for me when I've had, but for some things, I see what your friend's saying, like, I don't have to go more than twice a year or whatever. Yeah, you're right. But sometimes when you have like you should know this more than anyone, like when a basketball player gets injured, they don't just see a physical therapist one time, one and done. Like, you have to put in a little bit of work when you have an injury for it to heal properly and come back. Anytime someone has a surgery or an injury, like you had a back injury, you should have taken the steps to make sure that you know, do whatever you need to do so it doesn't recur down the road. But you went into that so negative that you were like, nope, not going again, not doing it again.
I will agree, and I will say that if you are going to try something, be open-minded to it. And I look back on that now, and I regret not being open-minded to it, because that contributes to the experience. You know, having put in my mind already that this is phony, this is whatever. When I went down in the chair, it's all of a sudden like, oh, she's not doing a good job, this or that. Whereas if I went into it, you know, optimistic and that it was going to help me, maybe I would have looked at it as a different experience. And then at the end, I could have said, it's cool, I tried it, whatever. Yeah. The idea is a good thing in theory, but the lady wasn't great.
Yeah.
And you would have said, all right, well, maybe try going back and seeing my person.
Exactly.
So I think, yes, that plays a big part in a lot of these things too, is just being open-minded to trying this stuff beforehand. Like me, I'm pretty stubborn, where it's just like, if I am going to try and be mentally strong and fight something, it's just because I'm telling myself that. But If it's not something that I've normally done, like a chiropractor or acupuncture or cupping or whatever, I'm automatically like, oh, that shit doesn't work. And I leave there thinking it didn't help me, whether or not it did or didn't. Yeah. So, yes, I think being open-minded to things, and yeah, I don't knock it because, like I said, people say this about CrossFit. You know, they're like, oh, that stuff doesn't help you. But if you're out doing something that's for you, mentally helping you, or, you know, physically helping you, then I guess I'm all for it, you know? So I don't know. I've come around on this. And
yeah, I mean, I will say you don't like knock me for going. Like, you don't give me a hard time for going or anything like that. I think it was just when you came to yourself, you were like, it was hard enough to get you in there. And then once you got in there, you were just like, you know, not about it. And so
just to recap it, like, and like for myself too, give things a chance, be open-minded. And, you know, I don't know. I think if you're doing something, if you're trying to do something to better yourself, you know, like I said, mentally, spiritually, whatever, then I'm all for it. I think, you know, people should be positive in supporting you and not shooting down these businesses that are obviously successful for a reason. They're helping people one way or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we can all like sit here and think something's phony or whatever for whatever it is. But if it makes somebody else feel good or makes their life better, then like who cares?
But obviously if something does continue, like if the pain, you know, worsens or something, then go to a doctor and get checked out and all
obviously. That stuff. But I'm also not the type, like I am a very realistic person also. Like I said that before about like I did acupuncture because I was seeing a fertility specialist and they recommended it. But I've also taken tons of shots and pills and all those other things because I'm not an idiot to know that like some, you know, there's other things. And with anything, like if I had a major back injury or something, I wouldn't just rely on that. Like I'm happy to go see an actual physical therapist or whatever. But in general, I think there's also like, I also don't think there's never one answer with health. You know, there's always like multiple things, but I think sometimes there's like an underlying factor and you have to figure out what that is and then you can work on it. But I don't know. I'm just a big proponent, is that the word, of acupuncture. I just like it. And I do know.
I mean, you're a fan of just like natural things like we've spoken about before about the whole organic versus non-organic and all the products that we like that you use all the products. I still am coming around on toothpaste and bar soap and stuff like that. But
now that you've been using it, like I give Corin like these toothpaste from Young Living
toothpaste
and like
and soap and stuff like that.
Like oils to like even brush your teeth with and stuff. And like, has it made your life terrible?
No, and I appreciate it. And you're very, I was saying you're very like cautious and knowledgeable about what you're putting into your body, onto your body, because we get fed all these products like Johnson & Johnson and all this stuff that is just such chemically, you know, built in a lab that's not good for us. And it's the same thing with medicine, you know, like, yes, obviously medicine helps, but there's medicine out there that you could take too much of, you can get prescribed too much of. So just being knowledgeable of, you know, the chiropractor and other options that could potentially help you rather than just going the route of saying like, here, take this and feeling better with the quick fix is good. And I think a lot more people should look for other options first as opposed to just the main thing of what can I just do to get better right now?
Yeah.
Because it's not just a quick fix. You can't just put some dandruff shampoo in your hair and it be done. Like there's healthy stuff out there that it might take a little bit more time because it's not, you know, as steroidy of a product. So I don't know.
But I've found in most of the products I've used, like I would say probably 99, if not 100% of the products that I use, like down to my chapstick, are like organic, like clean on the environmental working group, products. Like they are very clean, and I find they all work really well.
I will say, and this was a bad toothpaste batch or something, but the first time she tried to give me a toothpaste.
Yeah.
If anybody from, what's that company? Put them on blast, because that one batch was whack.
So I use Young Living products, and I love their toothpaste. And I gave Corin like a tube of toothpaste, and he kept saying to me like, I don't know how this goes down the sink. Like
sometimes it comes out and it would get super hard on the top, and it just would just.
And I just thought like, yeah, like when sometimes like if you squirt extra toothpaste on the top, it's like hard.
Yeah.
But so he was like, I don't like this one. I'll try.
It looked like
I'll try.
cement.
I'll try a different one. And so I took the tube from him and I tried it. And that one tube of toothpaste, something was definitely off in it. But in general, I really like their toothpaste and a lot of their products. But no, but like even like the shampoos I've given you, your deodorant, like all of those things make a difference in your life, which I talked about in a whole different video. And people think that's, a lot of people think it's just like marketing and it's just like whatever, and they can believe whatever they want to believe, but I'll believe what I want to believe, and I believe that those chemicals are not good for us. And like we were just having a conversation earlier today with a friend about why so many kids have allergies. Like, why does our daughter have peanut allergies, and she's allergic to potatoes, and she's allergic to all nuts, and all of these things. Like, what's changed in this world? All these people have allergies and all of these issues, except for all the crap that's in our food and in our products and all of these things. So whatever, I'll believe what I want to believe. And
no, I'm with you. And I said, to wrap this up, to tie a bow on it, I've come around on, it's just being more open-minded to things. And like I said, if it's bettering someone, then I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's interesting. Even since we did that Molly's Mind on products, like I feel like you have shifted a lot of the things and are more open to things, and have even asked me for some products. Like you said,
I'm very
is this
just like
good,
accessible. Like, so like
you asked me for a different hair gel, but I couldn't find one. I haven't found.
Did I?
Yeah, if anybody knows, you asked me of a good hair gel that's like doesn't have. It's a clean one, but I haven't found one.
If you I'm looking next to my bed, even though we're in our studio.
Corin has 4 things of lotion.
But like, here's my thing: if you were to just throw all those away and just put one bottle of the thing, then I would just start using the new one.
Yeah, I don't even know. Do those even have lotion in them?
I think so.
They all probably have like
a little like squirt.
Yeah, they're like a Vino, like just lotion.
And I was always thought Vino was the best one because it's like expensive.
It's a Johnson & Johnson company.
Oh, really?
I believe, I could be wrong, but I believe Vino is part of Johnson & Johnson.
Well,
so I would say probably not good.
So be open-minded. If you're in some pain and you want to try a new approach, check out a chiropractor.
Yeah, let us know in the comments if you've ever tried
some cupping.
If you've ever tried acupuncture first, or cupping. Cupping is great too. Chiropractic, a lot of people have done chiropractic, but if you've done acupuncture and cupping, let me know in the comments. I'm curious, because I do know people who've tried it and gone multiple times and hate it, but I'm all for it. So
yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. I always grew up playing sports, and it sounds terrible, but I've never really stretched and like been flexible with my body, and that is basically what chiropractor is. They put your legs and stretch it.
No, it's not. That is not.
Don't they stretch out your body?
They might stretch your body, but a physical therapist might also stretch your body. A chiropractor is where you go and they adjust you, like they adjust, like take your neck and go and crack your neck, and take your back and crack your back.
Yeah, I will say I did it once at a volleyball event, and it felt great. Like,
yeah, and you walk away and like,
yeah, it's a good. I mean, it's good to help you. So I'm okay with it. I will say that Molly's Mind did its job today, and it changed Corin's mind. Okay. Ooh. Anything you want to close on?
No, I mean, it's been a while. Hopefully, Corin hasn't been inviting me on his channel, so I've said let's do. I've
been boycotting because she hasn't been producing her videos.
Yeah, well.
So it's like you don't get rewarded with a Molly's Mind if
you
haven't even
you don't get rewarded with
videos.
A vlog until we do a Molly's Mind, because a Molly's Mind's a lot easier to edit.
That's all that we got for this week. Thanks for watching. Okay. Let us know your thoughts.